QBS special guest.
Welcome back to Sawalif QBS. Time now is 2:01 here in the studio. And it's time to dive into our conversation with our special guest, Coach Khadija Ali. Today, we're talking about something that many people struggle with, especially during the hotter months, which is how do we stay active, healthy, and motivated without pushing ourselves into exhaustion. And joining us is Coach Khadija, someone who is passionate about helping women look after their physical and mental well-being. She is the author of Empower 365, a complete accountability fitness tracking journal, a certified fitness coach, and an advocate for breast cancer awareness. Welcome to the show, Khadija.
Thank you very much, Josie. It's really nice to be back here again.
I should say welcome back, not welcome to the show. This is your second time after all.
Yes, and it's really good to be back.
All right, now, before we get into today's topic, we'd love to know more about you and your story, especially for those who haven't heard about you before. Can you tell us more about yourself and the journey that brought you to where you are today?
Okay, well, firstly, just brace yourself because if you know me, you know I like to talk and I can go on and on and on and it's going to become a podcast. So let's see how quickly I can wrap up an introduction about me. So, as you know, I'm Khadija Ali and I'm from Trinidad. It's an island in the Caribbean and I have been living in the Middle East for almost 21 years now. Fun fact, 21 years, but I don't speak Arabic. It's embarrassing. And I'm here because my husband was a geologist. So we moved to Saudi and we lived there for 8 years before moving to Qatar. I was actually a junior accountant / sales manager before I got married. And being a fitness coach was not something I ever planned to become. After I got married, I opened my own small gift packaging business, but I closed it to start a life in Saudi. And I want to say though, when I was a young girl, I was out shopping one day with my grandmother and I heard the sound of a coach. Clearly, she was leading a fitness class. I couldn't see the room or the class or the gym, wherever it was, because I was out on the street. And the sound of her voice, the way she was cheering on for the class and counting down like how coaches do, it just totally resonated with me. I was like, oh, how cool is that, you know? That stayed with me forever. I thought, what an ideal job. It's just fun. As a little girl, this is what I was thinking about, but never did I think I was going to become a coach.
Mm-hmm. All right, that is quite a journey. Now, every journey has a turning point. So you mentioned a little bit about what inspired you to enter the world of fitness and eventually become a certified instructor. Can we dive into that a little more? You know, when did you decide to take that leap to actually become a fitness coach and instructor?
Okay, so living in Saudi back then, that was so long ago, and getting to fitness classes was very difficult. I actually didn't know of any. And I wanted to exercise. I had my third child by then, and I wanted to get back into shape. So I invested in DVDs, ordered DVDs online, and just kept working out. And I picked up form, and I really had a passion for it. And then fast forward to, that's back in Saudi, fast forward to here. Went to a colleague's class and she saw how well I was working out and she suggested, why don't you go take the fitness course? I was like, oh, that'll be nice. Not to teach classes. I thought that it would be good to, at that age, and by then I'm already a mom of 6. I thought
mashallah.
It would be, mashallah. I thought it would be nice to achieve a next certificate, something I'm qualified at, to do an exam, pass, show that I can still do something, you know. And I did it. I passed. And I didn't think I was going to become a coach. But my friend who was out of Qatar during that summer, when she came back, Rosina, she said, what are you doing? Let's do the classes. She organized classes in her compound, got her clubhouse booked for us, started classes. That is like 10 years ago. So fast forward to now, I'm still doing ladies group classes, teacher classes in Education City, teaching clients, and that's how it started, and that's where I am now, and I love it.
I can tell that you love it. I can see it in your face and your eyes that you have a lot, like you have the passion for this.
I get to say fun stuff like just one more, last one.
I hate that.
Also, I've mastered the art of counting in slow-mo.
Oh, yeah, I hate that. That's why I work out by myself. I don't have a PT. I can't deal with the one more. You're all liars.
So, if there was something like, we're on the radio, if we can show the emojis on the radio, now would be the time we'll have that little devil emoji. Because I think for instructors, you've got to have a little bit of that in you.
Yeah.
Because somehow we take pleasure in seeing people like, no more.
Yeah, you do. It's always one more, and it's like 5 more, 10 more. You can go for one more. You guys are liars, but
for any of my clients or the ladies in my class who are listening, yes, I am sorry.
So you've built a meaningful connection with women through your work and advocacy. Can you tell us about that journey and what led you to become passionate about supporting women's well-being?
Okay, so I want to say that for me personally, you've heard many people say, if I can make a difference with one person, they're good. Okay, like for instance, I will feel good if I make a difference just for one person. Mm-hmm. For me, I don't just want one person. I want to help as many as I can. It's partly a selfish reason also, because for me, the more I help others, the more reward I will get with Allah. So it secures a better place for me in the hereafter, inshallah. So that's my selfish reason for doing it. But also, I've seen so many people suffer for different reasons. So for me, I want to help as many as I can. And also, as someone who has experienced many emotional challenges in my own life, I can feel that compassion towards others when I hear the stories that they tell me. And I strongly believe that a simple act of just giving a smile to someone, that can make your entire day. You can be having a bad mood and a stranger smiles with you, and you would think about that smile for the whole day. I love that. I just love doing that, to see how that transforms that person. That's part of the reason I want to keep doing what I do, to help as many people and lift their spirits up.
All right. I mean, as you mentioned, you do have a bit of a selfish side to your reasons, but I think it's as good as any, to be honest. And I think that is quite inspiring as well, your reasons for doing what you do as well.
Thank you.
And we're diving into summer fitness and exercising smart. So why does exercising in summer sometimes feel harder physically and mentally?
Firstly, I would say mindset. This is something I tell a lot of my clients. You go on vacation, you're going on summer vacation. That doesn't mean your program goes on summer vacation. Your health doesn't go on vacation. So yeah, you can go on summer break. That doesn't mean you're going to just eat whatever you want, or you're going to, as I said, mindset. Let's just talk a little bit more about the mindset. Sleep late because you're on vacation. So you sleep late, you stay up later. All this is disrupting your usual pattern. Right. And so the way your body is in tune to one pattern, now you're disrupting this. Of course, it's going to change your energy level. And one thing I've seen a lot of my clients say, one problem that they, I should say a common problem they have, they travel, they go on summer break. Usually they go to their home countries and the mom cooks food. How can I tell her no? The mom doesn't want to hear no. I haven't seen you for months, so now I'm going to cook up a storm, as they say. So they eat. They eat a lot. You go to the hotels, there's all you can eat buffets, so they eat as much as they can. So it's the mindset. And sometimes for fitness also, they travel, they don't have access to the gyms, they don't have access to the workouts they were doing before, whether it's you go to a gym here or you go to group classes. So now it's already out of their mind. Oh, I'm not going to work out anymore. There's no one to physically motivate them. So workout goes down the drain, the diet goes down the drain. So the whole mindset has changed. And for the temperature rises also. When the temperature rises, now you have a different issue. It's not just about the eating or the sleeping habits or anything like that. You're starting to sweat more. Your body works harder to cool your body down with that sweat, and so it basically sends more blood to our skin to cool the sweat and that heat that we're having. So because of this now, it causes a fatigue in your body. So even if you think, okay, I'm not doing much to change the routine I had before, just the heat alone makes everything different for you. This is why it's important to watch how you eat, watch your sleep, and pay attention. Even if you're on vacation, we still need to be mindful of the healthy habits, the healthy habits that we do before we go to summer break. It's consistent. You do it during the summer, during the winter, obviously the entire year. It doesn't change. We change some of the workout, but health, as I say, it doesn't go down the drain. You don't put that on vacation. You don't put that on hold. And the concentration levels are also affected because of the heat. It's so hot that if you try to work out, you can't concentrate. It's uncomfortable. So these are some of the problems that you face during the summer. This is why it makes it harder.
Right. Many people believe that they need to push harder to stay fit in summer. Is that mindset helpful, or can it lead to burnout? And how important is it to adjust our routine during summertime?
Definitely it's going to lead to burnout. And okay, so we're talking about the heat during summer. And we talked about the mindset. You're going on summer break. Some of us travel, and now is not the time to be trying a new workout, like a new workout program, new high goals. Oh, I'm going to get a six-pack. I'm going to build muscles during the summer break. No, usually you hear beach body fitness, and that's people training before the summer to get that beach body look. So they're training before summer. So they're training hard then, not during the summer. So now is not the time to do that. And there are so many reasons why you can get the burnout. So fitness, as I said, the word I'm looking for is consistency. So we're working out all the time. Health is consistent. And to do a modification workout is what's best during the summer. So you can concentrate on lighter workouts, do other things than high impact workouts that's going to make you burnt out during the summer.
Yeah. All right. And for our listeners who want to stay safely active during summer, what are some practical and realistic ways to exercise in this weather?
Well, we can choose what workouts we do and when we do those workouts. For example, you can choose the coolest part of the day. And I talked about sleeping in late. But if you sleep in late and you stay up late, it changes your energy level, makes you feel lethargic. So you're fatigued and tired and run down. And you didn't even work out. It's because you're sleeping in late, and it's because you're staying up late, so your body cannot cope with it. You might get a few days in, and then after it catches up to you. So working out at the coolest part of the day, and depending on your location, you would know what time of the day that is. Is it early in the morning? Is it later in the afternoon? For most people, I would recommend if you have that schedule where you stay up late, might as well work out in the afternoon, late afternoon to evening when it's a bit cooler, because you're going to be up anyways late. So that's the time. For those who are early risers, best time is in the morning. And I have some ideas to give, some tips I can share with what type of workouts that they can do. Should I share that now?
Yeah, please.
Yeah? Okay, so one, if you have a treadmill at home, that's the perfect thing to do. It's easy. If you've got AC in your house, then fine. So you use the treadmill. And walking is really one of the best exercises. It's not strenuous. It's easy to do. You're not going to hurt anything. Most likely, just wear the correct shoes. And you're in the safety of your home, so you can do that. You don't have a treadmill. There are a lot of YouTube videos that shows just marching in spot in one area. So if you've got space issues, you traveled, you're in a shared house, say like your parents' home, so you're in a family home, you can just march in spot. And they show these workouts where you can just march, go left, go right, go back, go forward, and it just you get a good workout, but in a confined area.
I do that in the mornings.
Yeah, perfect, right? And do you find it effective?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, and if you play the right tunes, it motivates you. You can pump your arms, and you get a really good workout depending on how much effort you put into it. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I'm really happy to hear that you're doing this too. And the next thing that I really like about being here in Doha, which I think other people can do it too, is that yes, it's hot, but you can go to the mall and you can walk. I mean, you want a challenge? Go to Vendome Place, right? The Vendome Mall. It's huge. Wear the right shoes and just walk around. That's a huge mall. You're going to get a really good workout there, just walking. And again, I said walking is safe. And next idea, I was really excited to share this one, is the 3-to-1 museum. It's perfect for kids. It's not just for you. You can take the kids there and they get to have a look around. And for my boys, I know they love going there because they like the activities. Not so much to, as kids, young kids, they're not too much interested in the history or the knowledge part of the museum.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but the activities, it's good. So for those who haven't gone as yet, I would say 3-to-1 museum is a good place to go. You've got education and fitness in one place. And what about those parks that we have? We're blessed. We've got 2 AC parks, air-conditioned parks.
Right.
And it's at different locations. It's like one in one end of Doha, one in the next end in Qatar. So we've got the one in close to Ain Khalid. Is it Al Sinem Park?
Right.
That's an AC park. And then we've got one in Garafa. So you have a park you can walk in that has AC. That's not going to affect you with the summer heat. And I always tell my clients, if you're traveling, you're looking for something light that you can travel with. We've got resistant bands. So you can't say, oh, but I don't have access to a gym. Okay, but you have resistant bands. You can take the loop bands, you can take the long bands, and there's YouTube videos. There's a million YouTube videos that they can choose and just do some simple workouts because, as I said, we're not looking to gain new muscles.
We're looking to maintain.
Maintain. So the focus is maintain. You don't want to go for the summer break, come back, and you've lost everything.
Right.
Do you know when is the peak time for trainers, for coaches? Like season time, when we make the most or we have the most amount of clients?
When?
After the summer break.
Because everybody's come back when they've either lost or they've gained.
And they've eaten mom's food, and they've traveled and they've eaten the all-you-can-eat breakfast, and we do what I call damage control. Most of the times, my clients come back sadly after summer. Coach, I've gained so much weight because you've gone for months, no workouts, diet down the drain.
Now, through your years of coaching and mentoring, you've met women from different walks of life. What are some of the emotional challenges women commonly face today?
One of the number one challenge is being everything for everyone. It's not just moms, women in general. I think You've got to be everything, and you're given everyone who gives you, so you invest that time with everyone, and that takes away time for you to observe self-care for yourself, to work on exercising for yourself. So for instance, a mom. She is a wife, a mom, a caregiver. She is a friend. She is probably working, so she's a professional. And some moms, they raise kids as a solo parent. And I don't mean as a single mom. She's married, but she's actually raising kids as a solo mom. And for all those moms who know what I'm talking about, who are listening, and they're probably nodding their heads and saying, yeah, I get that. There's no time for them to do anything. So yeah, I've got women telling me, I really want to come to your class. I really need help. I really want to get into shape. I need to get stronger. No one to look after the kids, no time, they don't have help at home, so they're feeling overwhelmed. And a next issue that, of course, we're talking about problems that I see in my community, or women who talk to me and tell me their issues. One is stemmed from unrealistic goals. By that, we're talking about social media. And they would look at women and think, oh, if she can get like that, I can become like that. I want that body. I mean, I've got people, and I'm not calling names, so no one can say, why did you talk about me? Okay, I'm not talking about one person in particular, but I've got people who send me photos from Instagram, so they would send me the link and say, Coach, this is the body I want. But it's unrealistic bodies, and they don't know the backstory of that person, how they got there.
Right.
And now, I mean, you've seen the trend of how many drugs there are on the market, and people are taking them. And okay, so we have women looking at this now and thinking, oh, she looks fantastic, I want to be like this too. And they want it in a short space of time. So that's what I mean by unrealistic goals from social media. And there's difficulty in women in setting boundaries and being self-disciplined. And I have also women who tell me they go to breakfast brunches, they go to family gatherings, and they can't control themselves. They eat, they can't say no. They are on a program, some of them a health program by the doctors, not just from a nutritionist or from a fitness coach. Actually, the doctor said, don't eat this, don't eat that. But they can't say no. They feel compelled to do it, and they do it. That's a next one. And having a baby, and again, expectations. Trying to get that body, that pre-baby body, back in a short space of time. That's unrealistic goals, because maybe you can get it in 3 months. Doesn't mean someone else can get it in 3 months. They might take a whole year to get that size back, and that comes with frustration and jumping from one program to the next, not being consistent and getting frustrated with themselves. Then, as I said, no one to help with the kids. You live in a shared community, a shared household, with not just your immediate family. Maybe you live with in-laws or your parents. Some of the sisters in the community I'm in, they do tell me that they're living in a shared house, and it's that the things they want to do is being controlled by others, so they can't work out. They would hear things like, oh, you don't need to do that, just eat and live and be happy, but okay, we can say that. What happens when you do that? Eventually your health is affected by it. So no, we can't say things like this. So the choice to do free will as you want is not there for them. Those are some of the problems I see.
All right. And how can fitness and movement become tools not just for weight management, but also for emotional healing and confidence?
2 words I don't like to say. I don't like to say the F word, and it's not a swear word. And I don't like to say the S word, and that is also not a swear word. But for today, I'm going to say it. And I would say strength before skinny. That's the S word I'm talking about, skinny. And I really don't like to hear when people say, oh my God, she looks so good. She's so skinny. So this is what they refer to as good. Now, if you take that and dissect it, that she looks so good, she's so skinny, you're saying she looks good because she's skinny. You don't hear someone say, how often would you hear someone say, oh, mashallah, she's so strong. She looks amazing. She looks really strong. No, they say she looks skinny. So when you have other women say, hearing that she looks skinny and this is what looks good, that's already in your head that skinny is what looks good.
Right.
So this is part of the mindset too. And this is what's being fed to people. Last time I was here, I was talking to Chloe and I said, we were talking about body image. And this is what happens when we set this as the standard, that skinny is what's cool, what's in. And this is what people are aiming for. I say that no, let's stop with this mindset. 2026, let's change the mindset. Strength first and then the size after. A lot of women that I train, they want to lose weight. And I say that would come after. Let's focus on getting strong first. Don't you prefer to be stronger?
Yeah.
Yeah, strength is more important. So this is what I tell them. And for boosting confidence, exercise improves your confidence and builds your confidence, because you may not be able to do something today. How do you feel? How would someone feel if, like for instance, when they tell me, Coach, I don't think I can do planks. I don't think I can hold a plank, or I can't do a push-up. And they started at, some of them, I've got some that started and they can only do 5 seconds plank, which seems like, yes, very little. And some might say, oh, only 5 seconds plank. But you know, those 5 seconds, the next session turned into 10, and then it turned into 20. And if I coach someone, I say, come on, 1 more second, 1 more, 2 more, you can do this. And it builds up. When they reached 1 minute, 60 seconds, could you imagine how they felt, how confident they felt about themselves? So exercise is not just for becoming strong or losing weight. It builds your confidence slowly, bit by bit, when you can do things that you couldn't do before. And I want to give an example of 2 women that I trained. One couldn't, when she was praying, she couldn't go down. She can go sit. She was sitting on a chair to pray. She couldn't go down onto the floor for sajda. And doing the mobility classes with me, one day she came to the class and she told me, I can go all the way up and down and pray normal without a chair from doing the exercises. She felt amazing. So it was physical, and it was also a spiritual thing, because it brought her closer to her deen in the fact that she can pray up and down. And for her, this is what she wanted to do. She felt like she wasn't giving her all to Allah by sitting on a chair and praying. Then I've got someone, and today she was actually in my class, and she couldn't squat like when we do the squat for mobility stretching, feet flat on the floor, and she can go all the way down. And last week she showed me, Coach, look, I'm a little lower today. And then today again, she was so low, and I'm like, wow, you know, it boosts their confidence. They feel so much better. So by this, when I talk about the confidence and emotional healing also, she feels better by doing these things. It puts her in a better mood. So it shows that exercise is not just about getting strong also, as I said, or about building the confidence, but for your mental health also. And exercise helps with depression. And I would say also, like, a simple thing like walking up a flight of stairs. Exercise, that helps you. Are you going to exercise, and you can improve how you walk up the stairs? You can walk, and by the time you reach halfway there, you have to stop. You're out of breath, you're dying for air, but exercise helps that. The more you exercise, the easier life becomes.
All right. Now, before we take a break, I want to ask you, because motivation can be difficult, especially when life feels overwhelming or routines get disrupted. So what advice would you give to women who feel stuck or discouraged about taking care of themselves?
I always say safety jacket first. make this like your life motto. Always think your safety jacket first. That means see about yourself first. If you don't see about yourselves, how can you give anything to anyone else? Because you are going to become drained, providing for everyone, taking care of everyone. What's going to be left for you? Then eventually one day you will end up by the doctor because your health went down the drain, seeing about everyone, not taking care of yourself. And most times the moms, no one looks after the mom. It's just the mom looking after everyone. And I will also say that's one thing. The next one is I am a firm believer on filtering out all the negativity around you and just keep replacing it with things that makes you happier. And I personally did this for the past few years. And I went on Facebook, changed the things on my Facebook account, Instagram, and I started in my life also keeping a close circle of people that uplift me. And those that were toxic for me, I just got rid of them. I moved on because it gets you down. It depresses you. You can't move forward. You can't reach your goals if there are people who keep putting you down and putting you down. So getting rid of the people, yeah, I know last time I was here I talked about this also, and people say, but how can I do this? How can I do this? It's so difficult. Even with family, I say do it. Even with family, not just your community or people around you. You do it with family too. You know who to keep at a distance. And a next thing you can do is to journal. And I don't mean Dear Diary type of journaling. Journaling as in you have a tracker, a journal, actually journal where you take some simple notes. We don't have to make anything complicated. You can write down simple goals and try to stick by it and write simple goals every day. Check back tomorrow. Did you do it? Have a journal where you can write how I felt today. I did something, it got me down, I felt depressed. When you look back at that tomorrow, you're going to see, oh, that's what made me depressed. And then you know, oh, don't do that again. Or something that I did, as I was saying earlier, someone smiles and it makes your day. Simple things you can take notes of. And are we pressed on time?
No.
Okay, simple things you can do and just keep notes of it and see how that affects your mood. Did it bring you up? Did it bring you down? And this is something you can do to work on also. It gets rid of the noise in your head also. We're consumed with things that we do on a daily basis. We've got to do this. The norm right now that I've seen in the past few years, and I tell people, stop saying this, that I'm so busy. Everyone's busy. So it's like a competition to see who's busier than whom,
Right.
Have you heard this that people say, I'm sorry I didn't call you. I'm sorry. I was so busy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, mate, we're all busy, It's not a competition. If you want to compete that, oh, I actually went to the spa, I went to the beach, I took a walk, I made time for myself. That's what we should compete about, not about who's busier than the other. So moms tell me that they don't have time, they're so busy taking care of the family. Okay, if you don't have help at home, as a mom of 6, I'm saying from experience, start delegating. And for my kids who are listening home, they're probably thinking, what does she mean start delegating, Like, do I delegate? Yeah, I delegate. And my big daughter at home, she's 20. She delegates too. She's like the mini mom. Mm-hmm. And we have a system. We have a family group and we put the chores. WhatsApp has a poll option. Mm-hmm. And we put the chores. Do this, someone pack away the dishes, someone wash some of the dishes, pack away the clothes, hang out the laundry, and you assign chores. That reduces the mom time where she has to be mom all the time. Now she has some free time that she can go soak in the tub, she can go get something done, dress up, feel pretty, do whatever makes her feel good. But she has to start delegating. And I will also say that the children are watching what we do. I don't want for my children to think that mom is working continuously, always working, never taking care of herself. She doesn't go to the doctor to get any checkups. She doesn't take care of herself. Mom looks raggedy all the time. Look at mom. She's so scrappy. She doesn't even brush her hair. I don't want my kids to say that.
Right.
I want my kids to see mom as like, wow, I'm so proud of mom. So I set an example. Dress well, speak well, see about yourself, do things for yourself. It's important. Not just your schoolwork. Make time for yourself. Not just your job. Make time for yourself. This is important. The kids are watching us. We have to be careful what we do. Do you agree?
Yeah. All right.
And I have a few more points I can share also.
Let's take it to our...
I've got one more.
Sure.
Okay. I would end with this part to say stop overthinking it. Many times that we overthink stuff and we end up not doing anything. Just go for it. Stop overthinking it. Get dressed. Pretty yourself up. Go out with a friend. Go out with your family. Just your sister, anyone. Just dress up. Go out. Have a good time. And don't think about it or this reason or for whatever reason you don't want to go out. Just do it. You're going to feel so much better about yourself at the end of the day.
All right. And my last question for you is, what message would you like to leave with our listeners about staying healthy, active, and mentally strong this summer?
Okay. I would say that for what I said earlier, that your healthy habits are not going on a summer break. You are. So be mindful of what you were doing before. It's not always going to be easy to do the same things, but you can still maintain. You can look for healthier options, and transformation doesn't happen 100% overnight. You are on maintenance mode during the summer break. Don't be looking for a six-pack. Don't be looking for new muscles. And we don't need to change everything this summer. Start with one healthy habit and then another and another. And eventually, all those choices that you make will add up. And the key is always balance. For everything that we do, always balance, not just in the summer, even after. Balance is the key for maintaining and reaching your goals. And I will say that I hope everything that I've said today has been helpful.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Khadija, for being here and for sharing your wisdom with us and our listeners as well.
You're most welcome. Happy to be here.